Tremendous Tuesday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I am unapologetically Angela, and this is Relationship Rhetoric. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful week. I want to continue to say Happy Women's History Month to all of our beautiful women, all shapes, sizes, creeds, colors, whatever we're made up of. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a month that they've dedicated to us to celebrate those who have made history. And if you have made it to today, to me, you have made history. So give yourselves a round of applause. I'm always excited, but today I am more than just, oh my God, I'm so nosy. I can't wait to figure out about this person. This person that I'm interviewing today, I do know, and has really become an important part of my life. I have always, I think, especially when I got older, was looking for a woman that was, I'm going to say older than me, that had lived a life, but lived a life similar to mine. So as I was going down this journey of, living life, making mistakes, having accomplishments, having celebrations, I wanted to be able to have a person in my life that could be my spiritual best friend, but still on the other side of her also be somebody I could take road trips with, somebody I could get in a small amount of trouble with, but we still come back. We still come back and we are in one piece. And lo and behold, God introduced me to this woman. And I remember when I first saw her or was sitting in Sunday school, or was actually listening to her, I was like, man, it's something about this lady. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to get to know her. And so over time, I don't even think I asked her if she would be my mentor. I think I said, Dr. Reed, you're my mentor, or Dr. Reed, I consider you my mentor, something along those lines. But she became my mentor and she didn't turn me down. She just said, okay. So, and it's not one of those situations where her and I talk every day, but when we do talk, it's like we've always been talking, or that we do talk every day. She's one of those people. I think I've only told her once no about something that she's asked me to do, and it was some simple, crazy stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so honored to present to you to the woman that I consider my mentor, under my mom, who was given to me. But this woman, I feel like we chose each other and we chose each other's paths. And I really am grateful to have her in my life. So I just want to share her with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Terri Savage Reed. When I found out that her name was Savage, I was like, yep.
Yep.
Yep. So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show. There is no way that I could have let Women's History Month pass without interviewing you.
Wow. I am humbled by that. Seriously.
Yeah.
And honored. Thank you. Thank you.
You have so many accomplishments. I think every time we talk, you've either gotten another job or another business, or encourage somebody else to get another 33 degrees. So, that's powerful stuff. That's history. That is history.
I love it. I love people. I like bringing the best out of people. I like influencing people. And I like being a change agent. If I can help you to be who you think you ought to be, then yeah, I'm going to do that.
Do you feel like you've been that way all your life?
Yes, to a certain extent. But now, since I know who I am, then I'm even more savage about it. I really am. When I look at the definition of what a savage is a beast. You're going to, and then people were using beast mode for, as a moniker for a while. Everybody's going in beast mode. So when I really realized that who I was identified by God, that I'm an influencer. He's also given me the name of perfecter, not perfection, but perfecter, that I perfect those things or those people that I come in contact with. So I love doing that. I love seeing people blossom.
Yeah, yeah. You have a tendency to listen to people and then say, "Oh, have you considered doing this?" Or "Do you know this person?" Or I was like, "Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah.
Okay. So give people a little background about you. Are you from Memphis? Where were you born? What was your upbringing like?
Okay. Born, bred, raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I've lived in several communities: Castelia, Magnolia, Orange Mound, Bethel Grove, Raleigh, East Memphis. I've lived all around Memphis. Um, Went to Magnolia Elementary. Went to Dunbar Elementary. Went to Airways Middle School, and went to Wooddale High School. Graduated from Wooddale. Graduated a year early because I just couldn't stand being in school anymore. So graduated when I was 16. Went to college, went to what was then Shelby State Community College, and started working with my father's business, Van Savage Roofing Company. When I graduated from high school, he already had a job available for me. I was his office manager. So in high school, I took business courses, and he was going to make sure that he always had somebody to work for him. Um, Got married at the age of 18. Started having babies at the age of 20 because I wanted to have them young so that by the time I turned 30, my baby, I mean, by the time I turned 50, then my child would be, what, 30 and
Mhm,
good and grown. So,
mhm.
so that I could really live the second half of my life. Motherhood takes up a big portion of our lives, but I dedicated um, my life to my children and moved in various neighborhoods so that they could have the best education possible. And when they all graduated from high school, that's when I went back to college.
Wow, wow. And so that is really how you and I ended up talking because so much of our life path is so very similar.
Exactly.
We talked about I graduated when I was 16. I went to Shelby State. I had my children early. Now, I didn't really have a plan about having kids early, but I did and ended up. How long were you married?
18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was married about 18, 19
Yes.
years, and it
Yes.
just kept getting interesting. It
Yeah.
kept getting
Yeah.
very, very interesting. So, um, talk about because you told me a story, and I want you to tell me the abbreviated story because of the things, the way that when you moved to Florida.
Okay.
I'm
When-
really talking about the way that you visualize your car, where you want to be living, and how things just were handed to you.
Okay. Okay. Uh, it all started when I was about 26. I told the Lord, all the things that I wanted to do when I retire. I wanted to retire when I was 50. I wanted a condo on the lake. I wanted somebody was going to give me a car, just all these outlandish things that you hear people saying, you're like, oh, that's bull. So anyway, and when I turned 50, the university offered a job buyout with the early retirement, and the Lord knocked on my heart and said, "You remember when you threw that out there?" So I took the early buyout from a job, retired at the age of 50. Of course, everybody thought it was crazy. And like, what you gonna do now? You still got all these years to live. And then he told me to move to Florida, and I was like, move to Florida. Of course, I wanted to retire in Florida, but I'm like, I still got a mortgage. All these things that are going on. And so I left the kids my house. I moved to Florida. Um, I met this guy through another guy, and he was over his mother's condo, which was a 3-bedroom condo on a lake in Florida. So he let me live in this condo for 9 months free of charge. Um, while I was there, I did not have a car, so I had one of my sisters drove me down there and everything. So I didn't have a car. One of the members at the church gave me a car. It was unbelievable. It was a 2000 Mazda 626. Just gave me the call, just, come over and pick up the keys and everything. Just crazy. So in this 3-bedroom condo on the lake in the front, the lake in the back, the swimming pool in the front, didn't have a stick of furniture. Everybody at the church just gave me furniture. I had a full house of furniture. Every bedroom, dining room table. I had utensils, pots and pans, everything. It was just unreal how God he fulfilled my list, my wish list. So I told him, now since I'm a little bit older and that original list has been fulfilled, I'm having to start a new list.
Okay.
So those things are being checked off too. So
Nice.
I don't know how long this list is gonna get.
Okay. So, Dr. Reed, when did you know that you were called to the ministry?
When I knew for sure, or when I first got an inkling?
Let's start with the inkling.
When I was about 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
I was about 8 years old. My grandmother went to a Methodist church, and she used to always take me with her. And I didn't know a whole lot about God, but I knew that my grandmother loved Jesus, and I wanted some of her Jesus. I really did. I didn't know a lot about him, but I know he made her, do things and say things. He made her happy. And so I wanted some of her Jesus, and I got introduced to him through her. I got saved when I was 9. I had a birthday that week, so when baptism happened that Sunday, I had turned 10. And I knew God kept knocking in my heart. I really didn't know how to express it or anything. I also knew I was raised in a Black Baptist church, and women didn't express themselves as a minister. So I didn't quite know how God was going to maneuver that. So in 2000, I announced my calling. I had many people to confirm the calling. And I was like, sure. You were saying that because my dad is a pastor. But I knew within my heart that God had called me to preach, not to be a woman evangelist. Like, there's putting that title of evangelist on women. God called me to preach and to pastor. And I was like, God, I don't know why you would call a woman to do such a thing when men won't let women do those things. And God says, I'm the same God over them as I am over you. And so I stepped out, and my pastor he says, I've been waiting on this. And so he really, my pastor then, Angelo Conway, was a big incubator for women to come through in the ministry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said 2000?
2000.
Wow. Okay.
So it was 22 years in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what were you doing before then? Just in the church? What was your...
I was teaching Sunday school. I was teaching in the Bible Institute. I was teaching Bible classes, like Bible Wednesday night Bible study. I was, had my own Sunday school class. I was an administrator at a church. I did everything I could to satisfy that craving of doing what God had called me to do. And he says, that's good, but I'll call you to preach. That's what I call you. You are my preacher. You're my pastor. So I did everything. I sang in the choir. I direct the choir. I served on the usher board. I did. Don't you be looking at me. I did everything in the church that you can think of. I swept the floors. I was a janitor, custodian. I did everything trying to fill that spot until God said, that's enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you go through the process that I'm familiar with? You preach a sermon and then you're ordained type of situation?
No, no. Let me tell you what I did. Um, my pastor brought all the women and men at that time. I think it was about 8 of us, and he says, uh I'm gonna give you titles of trustees, first, and you're gonna go through training. So I went through a year of training as a trustee slash minister down at Mount Vernon Baptist Church. And then after that year, we got commissioned as trustees slash deacon slash, you know, um, and then I announced my calling after that. And the ones that trained me said, we knew it, but it was not our place to, put you into the minister's class. So then I went through another year of training as a minister. And then I preached my first sermon upon graduation from that program.
You remember the name of the sermon?
Yes, I do. Is
Oh.
what are you hungry for?
Mm.
It was the Beatitudes where Jesus says, "Those who hunger and thirst after righteousness shall be filled."
Wow. Were you Dr. Reed then?
No,
No. Okay.
no, I was not. I was not. I was a minister. I was just minister. I didn't get my doctorate until 2012.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was furiously working toward going back to school. Didn't quite know how that was going to happen either. So that's a whole nother story that
Mm.
we'll have to talk about some other time. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think the thing that I also admire about you, just like you said, you're always doing things that people take for granted that women can do.
Okay. Okay.
So let's talk about the school.
Okay.
How
Okay.
did this come about? Where did this vision come from?
I think everything I wanted to do, everything God wanted to do through me, He started dealing with me at that 8-year-old girl who had so many questions that only God could answer. I knew then that I wanted to be a teacher. I knew I wanted um, to be over a school. I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I didn't know what kind of doctor at that time. My cousin and I, we grew up and went to school together, and we were going to be doctors together, which we are today. He's a medical doctor, and I'm a theologian. So, um, I knew then and started working toward that. I adored my teachers, all of my teachers, whether they were hard, whether they were mean, or whether they were easy. They all loved me. They all gave me something um, to let me know, yes, I wanted to be a teacher. So that was kind of my track, back then. I'm gonna say at the age of 8, I would have been in third grade. Miss Wilburn would have been my teacher. And I just loved them all. Ms. Robinson was my first teacher. Oh my God, I could just go all the way back. Those teachers just instilled in me the love for learning. And so that's where I am today. I still love to learn.
And so with that, you've taken your love for learning and have opened a school.
Yeah, yeah. I started working with ICM International College Ministry. Met Dr. Seth in 2010. Started working with him because I needed some more learning. I
Mhm.
needed to know. I worked at the University of Memphis for almost 25 years. So I got all of that. I started out as a clerk typist, um, worked my way all the way up to an administrative secretary, and then worked for Dr. Seth as a campus director. But I became a dean in 2011. And I said, okay, I'm on my track. I'm getting somewhere. In 2012, I got my doctorate. And I said, oh, okay, Lord, I see what's going on. And God started knocking at my heart again, like, you're on the right track. It's time to, start your school. And I'm like, but I'm working at a school. I'm really doing what I love. And God said, that's good. Because you're going to need that same love when you start your own school. So 2015, I started Alliance Bible College and did a beta class for one semester, got scared and stopped.
Hmm.
I got scared and stopped. 2020, God comes back around again and says it's time again. And I really wanted to finish with some of the students that I had started with a particular program, and God says no, do it now. And this was like November. It wouldn't even let me finish the year. And I said, okay. So I did all the necessary steps. I left. I see I'm in good graces with blessings from the president, and started Alliance Bible College and Seminary. And and God just brought all the pieces into place. All the money fell into place. All the people fell into place. All the programs fell into place. And I just step back and look at the awesomeness of God, how when you obey him, he makes it so easy.
And how many locations do we have? Are we
We-
serving?
We're serving 3 locations. Well, we're serving the whole world
Mm-hmm.
because it's an online school.
Mm-hmm.
But we have campus in Memphis, Tennessee, Como, Mississippi, and Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Very
happy
nice.
about that.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So speaking about University of Memphis, so you are also a professor there.
Yes.
How
Yes.
is that going?
I know. So I started back part-time faculty at the University of Memphis teaching religion courses. I started this January, so this spring semester. Everything is going well. I'm teaching 2 courses. My students so far, I think they love me. I want them to love me like I love my
That's right. That's
like,
right.
and so I've already been asked to teach for the summer and for the fall.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm still learning.
Yeah. 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 And we're not done. So you're also you're also an author.
Yes, I've written a couple of books, and I've been a contributing author. I don't think I ever told you this either, but I contribute articles to a magazine in London, and it's called Ordained Woman.
Currently?
Yeah, yeah,
No, I didn't
yeah.
know.
So I love to write. I've always loved to write and everything. So when this opportunity came along, and it's just a way for me to express myself, just to, you can submit articles or not, or you can take a break. I took a break this semester because I was teaching, at the U of M and everything. And so I'm going to pick it back up in the summer. Ordained Woman. Um, yeah, is out of London.
Wow.
Yeah, so love it.
You're also a literacy
Okay.
coach.
Yes, I'm a literacy coach with Memphis Athletic Ministries. Um, I love that place. We get a chance to spread the love of Jesus. We teach children about Jesus who may never have that opportunity. I think about when I was 8 years old and sitting between my grandmother and another lady on the mother's board at this church, how if I had not been introduced to Jesus by these women, I can't even imagine what type of life I would have. So we talk about Jesus, we do sports, we do literacy. Um, we expose them to life that they may not have a chance to see any other kind of way. We take them to basketball games, football games. We have fun times like grilling outside with hot dogs and hamburgers. We do water work days. We do sports days. It's an amazing place to work for because we get a chance to really share our faith.
Mm-hmm,
That's the number one thing. We share our faith.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're also you're also I'm gonna call you a mission leader.
Okay. I got a
Uh,
new word for you.
a new word for me?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
I'm a missologist, a missiologist. I was
Okay.
told I made it up, but I
Okay.
promise you I didn't.
You did not.
Missiologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the definition?
It is a person who studies missions or who participates in missions, who does mission work.
Okay. You need
Missiologist.
you need a shirt.
Okay.
So how has that been fulfilling? Because that was one of my dreams that I have dreamed for so long, to go on an experience, a mission trip. So I
Yes.
know what it did for me.
I know what it did for me too. I've always wanted to do a mission. Even when I worked with ICM, there were opportunities to do missions, but nothing ever materialized for me to do that. And so when I came to Monument of Love, Pastor asked me, what did I want to do? And I said, I want to do missions. I want to be the missions pastor. And that's where he placed me. Um, I love, I love to, I love for the teams to come in and for us to interact with them. They look forward to it. Um, the work is rewarding within itself because we get a chance to interact with so many people, even those that we're going to do like at Calvary and working in the urban farm and even at MAM, they're coming to MAM and do some of their mission work. But it's so rewarding to see people from all walks of life, all having the same faith for the same God to do work to serve mankind. And that's what it's all about. The bottom line is I'm a servant. Out of all these titles,
That's
when you
right.
sum them all up and boil it down, I'm just a servant.
Yeah. 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 And that is one of the things that actually drew me to you. You do have such a servant heart, but you're also so even tempered. Until somebody asks you the right question, and then this wealth of information just begins to bubble out, and people that are just meeting you are not always prepared.
I I try to keep such a low key. I don't toot my own horn because everything I've done is because God allowed me to do it. He really truly. Now you know me, so whoever else is watching this might say, "Oh, that's God." Really, I give God all the glory. Um, Everything I've asked God, He's given it to me. Everything that I've asked Him. And he's given me some surprises as well. Um, I love what I do. I love people. Um, Meeting you was like you said about me. That's what I said about you. Something about her that I need to know her. I need to know her. So everything that I've done and that I do, and I don't try to be more than I should be or more than I am. I just try to be Terry, and I want people to know me as an approachable person. Just because my titles, don't let the title fool you. The title just means there's work to do. The more titles you got, the more work you got to do.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
it.
That's right. That's right. And the fact that we travel together, we laugh together, we dance. I mean, it's just to have that balance of a person. And we've shared life stories and actually had conversations where we've learned from each other. So that's been very interesting. You have encouraged me to do some things that I never.
Was it bad stuff?
No, it's not bad stuff, but it's like what you said, there's work to be done,
Yeah, yeah,
and when you mention certain things or you see things in me that that I'm capable of doing, you have no problem with pulling my coattail. You really should be doing this, or
yeah,
have you considered
yeah.
doing
Have you
this? So,
considered? Yeah. I um I love people, period. I don't let a whole lot of people get close.
mhm.
Um I've had some hardships in that area. But I love people and I'll help whoever I can.
Mhm.
But for people to get close to me, there has to be a real connection. There has to be a God connection. And I will love that person hard.
Yeah. We set up, y'all, in Costa Rica every morning. She was doing she would do her devotional and her puzzles. I would be writing in my journal, and we would occasionally stop, chit chat, write, chit chat every morning. That it was, we knew then.
Yeah, it was divine. It was divine. We knew then that we both had a love of coffee, a love of being up early when nobody else was up,
Mhm,
a love
mhm,
of God,
mhm.
and a love of quiet time. So
Yeah,
even though we were together, we still had our periods of quiet time. And you're right, that's when we really begin to unfold some of the layers that we
yeah,
each have to see what was there.
yeah.
And it was good. It
It
was good.
was. It
It was
was.
good.
It was very good. So you said that you have a list.
Oh Lord, you're gonna make me pull out my list.
Just give me your top three.
Okay, my top three. And these are material things because you know, I haven't arrived as far as having the greatest faith of all. So God's still working on me with that. Um, I want to continue to live within the grace boundaries of God. God told me a long time ago. Well, I won't say a long time ago. God told me a couple of years ago. People was talking about grit and grind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
God says, no, you don't have to grit and grind. You grace. You grace
Mm.
your way through. When you grit, there's effort. And when you grind, there's definitely effort. He said, you grace your way through. So I want to continue to live in that grace,
Yeah, yeah.
the grace of God. So that's the number one thing. Now, material thing that I really want, I want that Jaguar F Pace.
Come on.
and
Okay.
and I need to have my permanent vacation home.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, because now you are a traveler.
Yes.
I could text you at any moment. Oh, I'm here in such and such. Oh, I'm on my way to such and such.
Yes.
So where do
Yes.
you want this ideal vacation home to be?
I've been looking at a new place. I'll tell you about it. I don't want to broadcast it yet because I
Okay.
don't want
Okay.
everybody there before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get there.
Got
And
you.
you'll have a bedroom there, so you'll be able
Got
to come whenever you get ready.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you where I was looking. I was looking somewhere in Florida around the Tampa
Mm.
area. But God is sending me somewhere else now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still gonna be water.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But we'll
Okay.
go somewhere else.
Okay. Where do you see Alliance within the next 5 years?
I see Alliance to have grown in many countries because it is an online school and people can go to school anytime, anywhere. Um, I see it in about 4 or 5 different countries. Yeah, yeah, Bahamas,
Mm.
maybe even London. That's not
Okay.
a country, but yeah, over in Europe. And of course the continent of Africa, some 2 or 3 countries there, maybe even Canada, Mexico. But I
Mhm.
do see it growing at exponential rates. Once the word gets out, we're within 1 year we're already in three cities, 3 locations. We may not teach a lot in these other countries except for the online presence, but who knows? I don't know what God is going to do with it. He's
That's
not
right.
revealed the whole thing to me yet.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, I am a happy student.
Yeah. Yes, she made that public. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yes, but that's it.
Okay,
I'm not saying anything else.
me either.
That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Um, Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you see yourself doing?
Oh wow. Huh. Probably doing the same things at another level.
Okay.
Um, was having a conversation today about possibly working with someone in a private gym doing the same thing that we're kind of doing at MAM. Um, I don't know. I have to stay busy.
Yeah, I know.
That's what keeps you young.
Yeah,
Anybody who's constantly active, they don't have to worry about the crow's feet and all the wrinkles and stretch marks and forehead wrinkles and
yeah,
high blood pressure pills and all this
yeah,
kind of stuff. We just stay busy. And I do know that I'll be working somewhere doing something.
yeah.
Maybe I'll be on my third retirement. I don't know.
Well, I again, you remind me of me. I don't think from the day I've met you that you've only had one thing going at one time. It's been
No,
pockets of
no,
things.
no. Variety is a spice of life,
Yeah,
and yeah. So, some of the things I do. There's no money involved in it. If it brings me joy, if it's serving for the greater good, if it benefits, the benefit is to the people, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I used to, well, my kids used to say all the time, Mom, you're doing too much. So I have reduced my platter to a plate. And one day I'll reduce my plate to a saucer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But you're doing well with the plate.
I'm doing well. I want them to put on my headstone, she died empty, because I want to give it all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you remember that, okay?
Okay.
She died empty.
Cause she. Oh wow.
Yeah, because she gave it all.
Wow. Okay. I'm writing it down. So before we go, two things. Are we going for Thanksgiving?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Augusta, here we
Uh,
come.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that was so much fun and so rewarding.
yes, we're going. And
It
we'll
really,
stay over to the Monday. Can you stay over?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll make it
We don't
happen.
want to do Sunday service.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Um, so what advice would you give to people who are busy, who do have, and I'm not necessarily all just talking about the calling to preach, but just a calling to do certain things, to find their ministry, to find their gift.
Hmm. First of all, to those who don't know what to do, my number one thing is pray. Ask God, what's your purpose? Write the vision and make it plain that those who read it can run with it. Long after I'm gone, I want
Mm,
the school to continue. So we've written the vision. If I leave here tomorrow, my whole team knows what to do because the vision has been written. Uh, if you're already busy, stay busy. There's rest in don't well, let me say this. Keep working. Not just being busy, but keep working. There's a difference in being busy and working. When you're working, you're benefiting people, you're benefiting yourself, you're serving God. Even in your work should be to God. There's a great joy. There's a theology of work that a lot of people are not aware of. God meant for us to work, but He also meant for us to get joy out of our working. So if you're working and you're not happy, you're doing yourself a disservice. You should be getting joy out of what you do. God gave it to you, and you should get joy. You can get benefit from it as well. So if you get paid and you enjoy what you do, it's not work at all. It's uh, and just love people. Just love people. I know a lot of people would say, just move on from people, but I think there's good in everybody. Sometimes it's hard to find. Sometimes people present themselves as being hard to love. But if God can love them, Terry can find a way to love them as well. So just keep loving them.
Nice.
Eventually, you'll get through.
Nice.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So what's your next upcoming trip?
Phoenix next month,
That's right.
and then Hawaii in May.
I really like,
I'm like a little kid.
I'm like, how do you find time to work if every time I turn around, you are gone?
Because I have the grace to do that.
And that's how you end it right there. Because you have the grace.
Have the grace to do that.
No grit, no grind, just grace.
No grit, no grind, just gracing.
I'm writing it down too. No grit, no grind.
But next time you hear somebody say that, you don't have to correct them, but you just think in your head, baby, I'm just gracing through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
This was so nice. I told you we were just going to chit chat.
I love it. Thank you so much. You made me feel so at ease. I don't like being on camera.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
You look fine. You look great. So can we please, before you leave to go to Phoenix, can we have our monthly?
Yes.
This is supposed to be mani-pedi time.
Yes. Yes.
So
pick a date, pick a place.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. When are you leaving? We won't tell the people. We'll talk after this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reed. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
If someone is interested in looking up information about Alliance Bible College, where can they find you?
abcseminary.org.
Simple enough, y'all.
Simple. abcseminary.org.
Yes.
Or they can call the phone number 850-2227 or ABCS.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. So check it out, guys. Even if you're just looking to be just to see what it's about. It's a powerful thing. We have a Black woman who has opened up a Bible college here, and everybody has access. Everybody has access. So even if you're not interested, share it with someone who might be.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you.
I love you too, dear.
Thank you. And I'll see you soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Grace out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for sharing with me today. It was really an honor to share my mentor with you. I get very possessive. I forgot to say that. I get very possessive of the people that I love again, because like she said, it's not just a normal connection. It's a God connection. It's a spiritual connection that wants to make sure that the intent of the people that are around the people you love are the best. So thank you so much for listening and being here. She's a powerful woman. She's small in stature, but listen, savage is not just in a name. She will get you in check in a heartbeat and say what needs to be said and speak a powerful word. So thank you so much just for being in my life. I hope that you, those of you that are listening, step out, and when you feel like you need someone to talk to, if you need a mentor, if you need just a good, close friend, it's always wise to sit under the feet of an honorable elder, someone that's older than you, someone that's lived life, someone that has similar experiences to yours, someone who is where you're trying to get to, so never be afraid to step out and be like, hey, I was wondering if you would be. It may be the thing that really sets your path in the direction that you would like it to go. So thank you so much for my vulnerable moment. I typically don't share my loves with everybody, but she's a person that I really think people should know and not sleep on. So enjoyed sharing with her. Thank you so much again for sharing with me. I hope to see you again next Tuesday. We have another powerful woman that I've met and who has dropped seeds of love and beauty in me. And I can't wait for you to speak to her. Please take some time this month to tell a woman you love her. Take some time this month and tell a woman that you admire her, that you honor the steps that she has taken. Just being present. I hope you have a wonderful week. Peace, love, and keep gracing through it.